Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kara, and I make videos all about sewing. For today's video, I really want to make a dress. I don't need any more dresses, to be completely honest, but I really want to make a dress for Christmas. My church is doing like a dress up in your Christmas best this coming Sunday, and today is Wednesday, so I don't have a lot of time to get it done. All right, so the inspiration for this dress that I want to make, it came from a creator that I've been following on Instagram. Her name, I believe, is Victoria Walsh. She is an author, and she's just this beautiful redheaded curvy lady, and she's always wearing these beautiful silky dresses. They're so pretty, and she's there's this one that I have fallen in love with. It's red and cream tartan, these voluminous sleeves. It's got a fitted bodice and then a big skirt that kind of has this ruching detail. So it can either be long or you can ruche it up in the front so you have kind of like a high-low situation going on. So I really, really like the dress. Um, Obviously, it's not something that I'm going to go out and purchase. So I thought I could make one for myself, but a little bit more my style. What I'm going to do, I've decided, is it's the same pattern as this. This dress has quite nice poofy sleeves, and it's fitted around the waist with elastic, and then around the neckline it's elasticized as well. So it's kind of like a cross between this silky dress and like a milkmaid style dress. I like this style better because I can get into it on my own and I don't need somebody to zip me up. So that's why I'm going to do this. I went and I found some fabric. I did want to stick with the like stripy tartan checkered gingham kind of vibe. So I went to Martin's in the States. I found this. It's cotton, it's quite soft, beautiful, kind of stripy. So I made a mock-up using this first, and then when I did that, I realized it's a lot. It's a lot of one color. So then I ended up going and getting kind of like um, a complementary. If you can see the stripe, this stripe here is green and it's almost the exact same color as this. So I'm going to do a ruffle at the bottom in this just so that it's not all samey, stripy all over, if that makes sense. So the first thing I always do when I start designing a new, more complicated project is I love doing mock-ups. I use Ibis Paint app. It's a free app. Anybody can download it, and I can make a tutorial on how I make my mock-ups if anyone is interested. Just let me know. So I'm gonna put a screen recording here of how, like, basically my thought process. So this this is the dress that I'm going to use is the Matilda pattern by Violet Field Threads. I've tested this dress, so it's the dress that I'm wearing. I know that I like the way it fits, but I'm going to change it because it's basically like knee length, elasticized waist, elasticized top, and then the poofy sleeves. So I'm going to use, usually I do like a size 16 on top and then maybe add extra to the skirt because my bottom half is a bit wider than the size 16, but I think I'm going to do the sleeves of the biggest size so that they're even poofier, and then just keep the elastic the same as what it is. So I drew over the line drawing from the website, so I would have my own version. I lengthened the skirt, um, in the back, added a ruffle, and added the ruching. So that's a detail from the original dress that I want to try to do so that I can make it a high-low, or it can just be all one length if I choose that. And then I added a picture of my fabric in behind so I could see what the dress would look like with my fabric. It was making this that made me realize that I don't want it all the same. So this is when I went back, I found the same fabric at the store, and I found a complimentary, and so this is what it looks like with the ruffle. I might do like a little bow at the top or something so that I bring like the green up. And then I was thinking also, if I have time, if I have time, which I don't know if I will because I need it for this Sunday, I'm gonna do some type of matching thing for my boys as well out of this green, not the plaid, but just like the green. So if I'm really short on time, I'll just make them bow ties, which would be really cute. So I think that's all. That's everything I need to go over. Everything I have planned. Um, I need to go wash these because you need to pre-wash your fabric. I don't want it to shrink in an unfortunate way. So I'm going to wash these right now, and then I'm going to start with cutting. So I jumped right into cutting out my pattern. I did it exactly as per the pattern. You can buy it. It's the Matilda pattern from Battlefield Threads. So as the top, the sleeves, and the skirt are basically the pattern pieces. And then I went and did some math to figure out how long I wanted my ruffle to be, and also the width that I wanted my strips for the cord that I made for ruching my skirt. After I finished cutting everything out, I always lay it all out to make sure, count all my pieces, make sure I've got everything, and then I'm gonna get right into sewing. So the first thing I did was sew up the cord. I like doing my smallest pieces first. It's just my favorite thing. Get all the little bits out of the way, and then you actually start with the garment construction, so then when you need the little bits, they're ready to go. So this is the point that I got to yesterday. I have all attached the sleeves to the front, all around into a circle. I did exactly as the pattern is written up until this point. I might have done it out of order, but I did how it is meant to be up until this point. And now I'm gonna go change some things. So first of all, the front and the back are the same exactly. So I need to decide which one's going to be my front. And then what I'm meant to do is you fold this over twice here, and create a casing, a place for an elastic to go through. So you create an elastic casing by folding it over twice. I am going to be putting my string that I created yesterday through instead of doing elastic. So what I'm going to do with this is decide which one's the front, and I'm going to make two teeny tiny little buttonholes so that I can thread it through one and have it coming back out through the other right in the very front, and I can tie it in a little bow. If I try it on and I don't like the way it feels because it's not elasticated, then I'm just going to take it out and replace it with elastic, and then my front can become my back. I'll have to do that obviously before I put the skirt on, otherwise it's kind of problematic. But I think cinching it with the string that I made is gonna give it more of the look of the dress that I'm being inspired by. So, and it brings this green from just being down on the skirt hem up to the top as well. It gives it a little bit more continuity. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so this is how it's looking. The top is now constructed. I I made a mistake. Of course I did. I made a mistake where I put the elastic casing on the inside. I put it higher than where it is supposed to go. I don't mind, like they're still poofy enough, but now the bottom right here is longer. So I'm going to like shorten that by half. So it's just a little frill instead of this like I don't even know how to describe it. Not loving that, but that's an easy fix. So yeah, the ties seem to work. I need to tie the bow nicer so that it's not just like up and down and in my face. But other than that, I think it's gonna be okay. Now I just have to figure out the skirt. Yay. So top's all done. I fixed the sleeves. We're all good there. Now I'm gonna do the skirt. I found exactly enough of this bias binding. I realized I'm too tall. I found exactly enough of this bias binding that it's like the double fold kind. So I'm gonna unfold it and use this to make a casing for ruching up the skirt. I folded in half already, so I found the center point. I'm going to have one ruching on each side, just inside. Should I do it equal or just a little bit to the front? I kind of want it to go like right on the front of both of my thighs. I think I'm going to have it just like 2 inches towards the center from the middle. It's got lovely lines. I'm just going to follow the line straight down. I'm not going to start right at the top because I need space to attach it to the actual top, like the bodice part. And the way that this dress works is the very top of the skirt and the bodice turns into the first casing for the elastic. So it's attached, I think, at like 3/4 of an inch. So I think I'm going to start them probably on this, which takes it down to like an inch and a quarter from the top, which should give me lots of space because I gotta thread my lovely string from the bottom up and then back down again so that it's a loop at the top and coming out the bottom, and then I can tie it in a little bow at the bottom. It's going to be underneath the ruffle, so you won't be able to see it, but yeah. All right, cool. Not me starting and then like immediately making a mistake. I sewed my casing to the right side of the fabric instead of the wrong side of the fabric, so it would have been super visible. So I had to take it all out, but luckily I noticed after just doing one casing. So how I did this was I sewed down, it's double fold bias tape, and I sewed down each side and then I sewed through the middle. So I created kind of like 2 casing slots, and I put my cord string thing that I made up through one side, back down through the other side. So when I pulled and made a bow at the bottom, it had looped at the top and could hold it in that like cinched up kind of position.
the video goes on, the lighting, it just gets worse and worse. I was rushing so much to finish this. I think this filming is on Friday now. I had a Christmas party to cook for, to go to on Saturday, and it was an insane windstorm all over the place, lost power. I didn't even know if the Christmas party was going to happen because where it was scheduled to be had lost power that night that I was sewing. So I was just like rushing through this as crazy fast as I possibly could. But luckily, we did not lose power. I was really shocked because all around us lost power, but we were super lucky we did not.
So I finished on time. Yay. Church was yesterday. I wore it, got my whole family dressed up. I did not have time to make bow ties for the boys. Unfortunately, I just had so many other things other than sewing I had to do. So I grossly underestimated the amount of time it would take for the other things. The sewing was fine, but the other things took a really long time. So that's okay. Still got this done. That was my whole what I really wanted to do. Um, so let's talk about it. I have some positives, I have some negatives, I have some thoughts. So I'll give you my thoughts. I'll start with the positives. I really I love the look of it. I love the cottage core vibe. I love just how everything turned out. I think it's really cute, and it is going to be really nice in my closet. Um, I love the adjustable skirt. It's really cool how I can give it different looks. I really do like that. Um, and this, oh, too close, but the cord through the neckline, I like the adjustability of it. And I don't have to undo it to get out. It's the right like tightness so that I don't have to do anything with it. I can just leave it. But if I want it to be looser and if I want it to sit like maybe on my shoulders and be like an off the shoulder moment, I can do that, which is really cool. So I'm excited about this detail. Negatives. This fabric, it's a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. I think when I washed it, like the weave just kind of like pulled together, and I was hot. We were late for church, not really late, like we were exactly on time, but my church has like a kids' church and the regular church. So I have to drop my kids off at the kids' church first. And they were singing in church today. And yesterday they were singing "O Come All Ye Faithful" in front of everybody. So that's why the kids were all dressed up, and then the adults got dressed up too. And I was like rushing to get them dressed, then rushing to get in there. And by the time I got in and in my seat in church, I was sweating, like really, really sweating. So it's because it's thick, it is warm. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a great dress to wear in the summer, but it cooled off pretty fast, and because it's cotton, so I wasn't like retaining the heat like a polyester would, so that was good. But it was warmer. It was warmer than I thought it was going to be. Another thing, I wish I had fixed the sleeve casing placement because it's not. If I look at the inspiration, it's longer, and then it can go up above the elbow or below the elbow. And the original dress pattern for this, it does that. Like my floral version, it does that. It can fall below the elbow, or you can push it up and it creates this nice poof. This is a nice poofy sleeve. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at it. It's just not, it's not as close to the inspiration pick as I wanted it to be. And if I had just fixed the casing, it would have been fine. But I was rushing, didn't do it. So I do regret that. And my last thing, I love the adjustability, as I already said. I love it when one side is pulled up. Don't love it when both sides are pulled up. I think it like sits weird on my hips. It kind of makes it like round. It looks kind of like I have a bustle on or something. I don't know. It's probably because of the thickness of the fabric, and also because there's pockets like right there, and it just adds this extra this extra volume. Anyway, so yeah, I think the positives outweigh the negatives. I'm not going to go back and fix anything at this point. It's not unwearable. It's not uncomfortable. It's not exactly what I wanted, but that's just what happens when you're doing some pattern modifications, and also what happens when you mess up a little bit. So, yeah, let me know in the comments how you think I did with replicating the elements of the inspiration dress into this one. Do you see where the inspiration actually came into this one? I'll have all the patterns and everything that I can linked down in the description below. So like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and check out my channel for more sewing inspiration. Thank you. Bye.